Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave of the day. And today we're going to be doing Pharaohs Dreamsicle from Stirling. The other day I did Tangerine. I liked it so much I had to go do more of the Orange Julius scent that you get from this. It's like vanilla and orange. Very nice. You lather it up. Smells like orange with a dash of vanilla. All right, we're going to be using the Star Razor with some Astra blades. Third use of these. So probably the third and final use of these blades. Typically I do 2 or 3 with my Astras before I just say, yep, they're done. And we'll follow it up with some, well, obviously, Pharaohs Dreamsicle. Oh, that stuff smells so good. It's like I used it the other day and it was like, in the previous video, like, yeah, it's like heaven. All right. So, how's everybody's day going? Well, mine is, well, so-so. One of those days where it's like try to sleep and you can't sleep. Like you sit there and lay in bed going, well, there's another day down and it doesn't want to end. So, and just the nature of the beast, I guess. You get older, you have a harder time sleeping. Even if I exhaust myself. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know if I mentioned, I typically walk 5-10 miles a day. I'm a very active person. And I like to get out and about. It's like our like fresh air, exercise. That's the thing for me. Helps me sleep a lot better. All right. This razor, I probably mentioned it before, but there's a few individuals out here that are new, and welcome. So we got a few new subscribers since the last time I mentioned it, I think. And this razor, the Star Razor, you can find them, I think, on eBay. I mentioned it before because I've looked it up. They're not expensive, but finding one that's in pretty good condition is the hard part. But this razor is pretty decent. It's got a nice slight aggressiveness to it. It's not overly aggressive. It's on a scale of like compared to the, say, Gillette adjustable, if you have one of those, it's probably around a 5, somewhere in there. So not really aggressive. And this belonged to my grandfather. This was in his travel kit. So I make good use of it. And it's like I have a lot of vintage stuff because I inherited it from my grandparents, which is good. Continuing the tradition of classic shaving. I'm not sure exactly where that term wet shaving came from. I always call it classic shaving, but because all shaving is wet. Like, no matter what you're doing. Well, I guess there's dry shaving if you use an electric razor. But my grandfather, when he got older, he sold his house. It was after my grandmother passed away. He sold the house and bought himself a travel home. Actually, just a trailer, I guess. It's not a travel home. Travel home would be motorized. He'd hook it up to the vehicle and tow it around. Go to all the different, all of his kids' places, set it up and stay there. He stayed most of the time, like, come late spring, close to early summer, like May, June time frame. Early June, he would show up and come up to Minnesota, where we lived, and spend all of his time up there until October, when it started getting cold. And he would then head south. He had one of his sons lived in Arizona, so he'd go down there or stay in Iowa, depending on the weather. A lot of times he'd head far south where it was warmer. And he'd make the rounds to everybody. But when he passed away, it's like we had the trailer, so everybody divvied stuff up, and it was like one of the things nobody wanted, and I was like, I'll take it. So, like, pretty much how I got all my grandparents. I asked my grandmother on my mom's side if I could have my grandfather's razors, and she's like, sure, here you can have them. I was just gonna throw them out. Like, I used to watch my grandfather shave all the time, and I've mentioned it before. I do have, it's like my grandmother was a Avon salesperson, so all kinds of Avon goodies. Used to get all that stuff at Christmas time. You were going to get something from Avon, some type of cologne or aftershave type stuff. And I inherited my one grandfather's collection. I have most of them, you know, like all the cars and stuff like that. And I need to, they're all in the box. Later days, I'm going to dig the box out and maybe do a video. And I did have one that is Wild Country container. It's a book. I showed that before. It's in the cabinet right here, but it was fairly full, about 3/4, and it's down to nothing now. But I don't use it anymore. I collect my own. Just feel like the Wild Country. If you like Penoded Clubman, Wild Country is a more richer, spicier version of Penoded Clubman. So if you like that, there you go. A little bit of everything. Then there was, oh, what the heck was this? And I got some English leather style, Avon leather, right here. Big old car worth. This is taking forever. I had this thing forever and a day. It's probably about halfway full. I don't use English leather very much. Like, here is a container of nothing but Wild Country. Smells really good. I like this stuff. It's like I have the one container I've been using, and I got another one sitting right here, just waiting to be used. So it's pretty much how much I like the stuff. I was like, oh, as soon as I open up one container, I'll go find myself another one. One of these days it'll be harder to find it. It lasts me a while because I typically I use Old Spice more, but I do use the Wild Country on a regular basis. That's my second most used aftershave. It's like most of the time now, since I started doing shaving videos, I try to match stuff up better. It's like for just like it was shaving, like oh, just grabbed it. Not worrying about matching stuff up. It's just what I'm wearing for the rest of the day. But it is what it is. So it's kind of like a stroll down memory lane. Yeah, that blade working good. Still really sharp considering that the it's been 30 years. This is I can usually push these. It's like it's smooth here, and if I go this way, I got hair. Because like I said before, my hair is swirly. But my grandfather, when he would be out and about with us, we'd go fishing all the time, take him down to the lake. The one thing he really enjoyed was getting out and about and doing that kind of stuff. Being he grew up in Iowa, he was like, when he first, I remember when he was a kid, he's like, where are the catfish at? I'm like, well, we really don't have catfish. Gotta go to the rivers to get the catfish. But we got northers and walleyes. And then after he had some walleye for first couple times, he's like, all right, let's go get some walleyes. Like, he was realized how good walleyes taste. Didn't really like the northern so much because of the Y bones in them, but we didn't like having to pick through everything. But like too much work for what you get. I'm like, well, I don't care. I will dig through a nice pile of fish fillets just to get to the goodies. It's like you'd be on autopilot when it comes to eating fillets. And my mom did a wide variety of stuff. She would either boil it or fry it. I preferred fried, but a nice fillet. That was something I would do. I supply a lot of fish. It's like during the summer, from June to September, I was out on the lake almost, probably 2-3 times minimum a week, depending on the weather. And every day I'd go out and bring a bunch of panfish, usually about an average of 15 panfish and at least a good sized northern or two and walleye or two. It's like walleyes didn't have to be too big. You're like talking 3 to 5 pounders. Northerns were usually, I kept about a 5 to 10 pounders. Smaller snakes, I would just throw back. Like, oh, grow some more, we can eat you later. And you occasionally get a 10 to 15 pounders. A little bit of fight with those guys. But my grandfather would go with us, and I spent a lot of time as a kid fishing with both my grandparents. My other grandfather was a fishing guide in central Minnesota. It's like Al Linder and Babe Winkleman, those guys, if you've heard those names before. It's like, I fished with those guys as a kid. And we'd go out and they would fish in the area and invite my grandfather to show him the best spots. And being like it's like, all right, I got my grandkid with me. They stay in the summer. I'd spend about 2 to 3 weeks with my grandfather at a time. It was usually determined by, we had the freezers. My grandparents had 2 freezers, so they had a big chest freezer and the regular, above the freezer you have above the refrigerator. And we had a section. It's like, as soon as that section got full, it was like, oh, time for them to go. We got no more freezer. So take them home. So my parents would come and pick us up and take it all back. A couple chests full of fish, fillets, northern walleye, sandfish. That was good. A lot of fun. Alrighty. One spot right there. How the heck did I miss that? There we go. Got it. You always have something. It's like you'd be shaving and spend all your time talking, and next thing you know, you forget stuff. It's like, yeah, there we go. Much better. All right, it would be driving me crazy all day. It's like, oh man, I hate it. I can't stand having fur on my face. Gosh, it smells good. There we go. Man, it smells really good. Just a little tingling right here. Other than that, didn't have any problems. So it's that Star Razor is like Pharaohs Dreamsicle, good stuff. The Star Razor is some people may consider it mild. To me, it's on the slightly aggressive side of mild. Perfect for me. But that was Pharaohs Dreamsicle from Stirling. This was an excellent soap. Has residual slickness on it. Smells great. So if you like orange, this is the bomb. And we had the Star Razor with an Astra Blade's 3rd use. So this is going into the bin. It's done. And that was it. Hope you guys like it. So hit the old like button, subscribe. And if you're first new one around, leave a comment. All right, we'll see you all later.